welcome to what is the 50th DieCastRestos restoration. My name is Jason and this is the Matchbox 1E Mercedes truck and 2D Mercedes trailer. This pairing was in the range from 1968 to 1971, switching to Superfast guys in 1970. The model re-entered production in 1976 and was produced on-off all the way through till 1994. It is based on the Mercedes-Benz LP series of trucks, also referred to as the cubish cabine, owing to its cubic angular cabin. These were first introduced in 1963, and medium and heavy duty versions were in production until 1975. Meanwhile, the lighter class continued through to 1984. Now, my truck and trailer combo here are missing their plastic canopies, which is fairly common for a lot of the lower end condition models for sale. The windscreen is intact on the cab, but the tow hook has unfortunately broken on the trailer. These models never received any silver trim due to the chrome plated grille that was incorporated onto the base of the cab. The trailer is a relatively simple construction, featuring a turntable riveted in place to allow the front wheels to change direction. Here is a picture of the real thing. So as usual, I use a 5mm drill bit to remove the base. In order to take the base off, I need to also remove the wheels that are attached to it. While I'm at it, I remove the wheels from the trailer as well. Then I use my modified shallow drill bit to remove the rivet edge holding in the windscreen. Next, I drill out the rivet holding in the trailer turntable before drilling out the cab rivet posts. I then thread the 1.5mm hole with an M2 screw tap. So here are all the parts laid out for restoring. First up in the restoration process, the caustic soda bath to strip the paint. The LP series trucks used Mercedes' then new naming custom, which used 3 or 4 digits that followed the LP title. The first 1 or 2 digits referred to the gross vehicle weight rating, with the final 2 digits representing the maximum power in tens of horsepower. The model has the greatest similarity to the heavy-duty LP series trucks. The heavy-duty vehicles were the first to be introduced in 1963. The oval headlamps were fitted into the bumper beneath the body that make them distinguishable. The heavy-duty vehicles had gross weights of between 14 and 22 tonnes, and as such, model numbers would proceed with numbers between 14 and 22. Medium duty ranged from 8 to 22 tonnes, but these had shorter doors and had headlamps embedded into the grille. Here is the tow ring that happened to break off as I pulled the trailer from the box it was delivered in. So I reattached this using superglue and baking soda. Next up, I cleaned the plastic wheels, base and grille, and the green tinted windscreen in warm soapy water. The light duty LP series trucks had GVW ratings between 6 and 11 tonnes. Again, these had headlamps embedded to the grille with a low grille line. A 1977 facelift saw the headlamps moved down from the grille to the bumper, similar to the now discontinued heavy-duty trucks. Now I move on to applying primer to the cab and trailer. I've used light grey here. You can pick out those slats and detailed casting markings well. I struggled to comprehend that I've already reached my 50th video and my 50th custom/restoration. It certainly doesn't feel like that many, but my display cabinet of completed works begs to differ. I decided to not do anything wildly different for my 50th, but on the 24th of March I intend to release a restoration replicating my very first effort of the 14C Lomas ambulance from my first ever video, 1 year on. It'll be good to see how far I've come, especially as the back doors have fallen off the ambulance since I finished it all that time ago. So while I've been rambling on, I've laid down some Tamia TS41 Coral Blue over the model. It is fairly similar on review at the end of the video. I was torn between this and the slightly darker PS54 Cobalt Green, but I figured the lighter blue would better complement the luminous orange of the canopy. Next, I attend to the windscreen. I first polish it using some auto sol to buff out any imperfections. Once I'm satisfied, I dunk it into a cup full of Astonish wood floor polish for added shine. I dab off any excess to a piece of paper towel and let it dry under a clean shot glass. I then recoat the grille in chrome from my Molotow pen. If you don't already and are into any kind of painting of metal parts, get yourself one of these. I consider it to be one of my best and most relied on purchases. The wheels are reattached to their corresponding parts, and then I can rebuild the vehicle. The windscreen goes in over the rivet post in the roofline with a firm push. Then the base clips in at the grille and is secured by pushing down on that solitary rivet post before screwing in. I grab my favourite pen once more to highlight the axle ends. And here's a brief glimpse at the repaired tow hook. I wasn't too fussed about the aesthetics for the ring. It was more about the function for a part that will mostly go unseen. And here is one of the reproduction orange canopies. So here is where we started episode number 50. It was a scruffy Mercedes truck and trailer combo, with the trailer missing its tow ring that I luckily managed to keep hold of. Both pieces were missing the orange canopy covering the beds, so I had to source a reproduction for each. All in all, a bit messy and untidy, but here is what they look like now. Gone is that chipped, dirty paintwork, replaced by a glossy coat of tamia coral blue all over. The grille has been re-chromed and the windscreen has been polished up nicely. As usual, the wheels have had a healthy coating of Citadel and the axles have been cleaned up and capped with some additional chrome. The reproduction canopies were sourced from model-supplies.co.uk. And I fixed that broken toe ring using the old glue and baking soda method so it's usable once more. So with that, it's 50 not out for DieCastRestos. There will be plenty more where that came from. Check out Patreon for next week's model. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again for the next one. Bye for now.